Dawn breaks over the West Philippine Sea, painting the horizon with a pale orange glow. The vast expanse of water is deceptively calm, but beneath the surface, tension simmers. The BRP Jose Rizal, the pride of the Philippine Navy, is on high alert, its crew already bracing for what the day might bring. Suddenly, alarms pierce the early morning haze. Unidentified, fast-moving vessels appear on radar, their intentions unknown, their presence a stark reminder of the region's volatility. Instantly, the captain and crew snap into action. Every station is manned, every sailor alert, every eye fixed on the threat approaching from the sea. Out here, hundreds of miles from the nearest support, the ship stands alone, one vessel representing a nation's claim, a solitary guardian in a vast and contested sea. The tension is real. Every patrol could turn into a confrontation. Every routine mission could escalate in an instant. The Jose Rizal is modern, equipped with advanced technology, but the crew knows its limits. They are well trained, but they also know what they lack. As the unknown boats close in, the question hangs in the air: are they truly ready for the worst? The crew's nerves are tested with every passing second. The captain maneuvers with precision, keeping distance, while the crew tracks every move on their screens, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Today, the threat fades. The vessels turn away, their intentions unclear, but the danger averted for now. Relief sweeps through the ship, but the message is clear. Courage alone is not enough. They need more than bravery to face the challenges ahead. Modern naval warfare is unforgiving. Technology, training, and split-second decisions rule the day, and any weakness can be fatal. The ship is advanced but not complete. Its weapon systems are impressive, but there are gaps that could prove costly in a real fight. It's like a knight with a strong shield, but gaps in his armor, vulnerable in ways that matter most when the stakes are highest. The crew did their job, responding with discipline and resolve, but the encounter exposes what's missing and what must be improved. They need better tools to survive, not just to fight. Upgrades aren't just about firepower, they're about giving these sailors a fighting chance. This incident echoes back to Manila. The time for upgrades is now, before the next crisis erupts and the cost becomes too high. The sailors have proven their resolve, their dedication to duty, but the ship must be made whole if they are to truly defend their nation. In these contested waters, only a fully equipped ship can truly protect its crew and country. Anything less is a risk they cannot afford. The lesson is simple. Courage is vital, but survival demands more. Preparation, investment, and support are just as important as bravery. The Jose Rizal's next battle may depend on what comes next. The future of the crew and the nation's claim hangs in the balance. The arrival of the Jose Rizal-class frigates was a proud moment for the Philippines. Sleek, modern, and powerful, they symbolized a new era for the Navy. But beneath the surface, critical systems were missing, delivered fitted for, but not with. The public saw strength, but the crew knew the truth. Vital defenses were absent. These weren't minor omissions. They were gaps that could mean life or death in combat. The ships could strike at range, but lacked last-ditch defenses. The pride of the fleet was also its most vulnerable. The Navy's most advanced ships sailed with a hidden Achilles heel. Fixing this flaw became an urgent priority. The most glaring omission was the lack of a close-in weapon system, or CIWS, a ship's last line of defense against incoming missiles. This rapid-fire gun is designed to shoot down threats at the very last moment, providing a crucial shield when all other defenses have failed. Without it, a single missile could end everything in seconds, leaving the ship and its crew with no chance to react or survive. The second critical gap was the absence of a towed array sonar, or TAS, which is vital for detecting lurking submarines that can strike from the depths. While hull-mounted sonar offers some protection, TAS is essential for finding quiet, stealthy threats hiding in the deep ocean, far beyond the reach of standard sensors. These missing systems left the frigates dangerously exposed, partially blind, with one hand tied behind their back, unable to fully defend themselves in a real conflict. The crew felt the pressure every day, knowing their ship was vulnerable and that their lives depended on upgrades that hadn't yet arrived. A warship must survive, not just project power or look impressive on paper. It must be able to defend itself in the heat of battle. Without these essential defenses, the frigates became high-value targets, tempting adversaries and putting missions at risk. Navy leadership understood that the initial delivery was just the beginning of a much larger process to make these ships truly combat-ready. The next step was clear: fill the gaps, install the missing systems, and transform these vessels into true fighting machines capable of surviving any threat. The safety of the crew and the nation's credibility on the world stage depended on these upgrades being completed quickly and effectively. Upgrades were no longer optional. They had become a matter of survival, urgency, and national pride. In the West Philippine Sea, the main threat facing any navy is the anti-ship missile, fast, stealthy, and deadly, capable of striking without warning from over the horizon. Just one hit can cripple a modern frigate, leaving it dead in the water and putting the lives of everyone on board at risk. The CIWS, or Close-In Weapon System, is the last line of defense. The ship's goalkeeper, ready to intercept threats in the final seconds. Without this crucial system, the goal is wide open, and the ship is left exposed to incoming missiles with little hope of survival. Submarines pose an equally serious danger. Silent, patient, and lethal, lurking beneath the waves and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Standard hull sonar isn't enough. A towed array sonar, or TAS, is needed to detect what's hiding in the deep, giving the crew a fighting chance to react. For the crew, these dangers aren't just theoretical. They're real, ever-present threats that demand constant vigilance and training. Every patrol becomes a test of nerve, skill, and readiness, where the margin for error is razor-thin. The upgrades aren't about looking powerful or keeping up appearances. They're about survival, about ensuring the ship and its crew can return home. A navy simply can't deter threats if its best ships can't defend themselves against modern weapons. The decision to prioritize these advanced systems was about giving every sailor a real fighting chance in the face of danger. It was a move to protect not just the nation's investment in its fleet, but also the lives of its people and the future of its maritime security. The message was clear: survival comes first, and every upgrade is a step toward that goal. Only then, with these vital upgrades in place, can the Navy truly defend the nation's seas and fulfill its mission. In 2022, the Philippine government took action. A landmark deal was signed to equip the Jose Rizal-class with CIWS and TAS. This was more than an upgrade. It was a shift to making ships fully mission-capable. CIWS would finally give the ships a last line of defense. TAS would turn them into true submarine hunters. The investment was significant but essential. The Navy chose wisely survival before more firepower. The upgrades meant the ships could finally patrol with confidence. It was a promise to the sailors. Their safety was now a top priority. The CIWS is a robotic guard dog, an automated Gatling gun with its own radar. It scans for threats, calculates trajectories, and unleashes a wall of steel to destroy incoming missiles. With CIWS, the frigates gained a critical last-ditch defense. Now missile attacks face a layered shield long-range missiles, electronic jamming, and the CIWS. The TAS is just as vital. It trails a cable of hydrophones far behind the ship, listening for the faintest submarine sounds. This eliminates blind spots and makes it hard for submarines to sneak up. With TAS, the frigates became hunters, not prey. They can now detect, track, and engage submarines before they become a threat. These upgrades transform the ship's survivability. Adversaries now face a much tougher challenge. The Jose Rizal-class is no longer easy prey. They are credible defenders of Philippine waters. The frigates were built with space for more missiles, but the Navy chose defense first. Filling the vertical launch system could wait. Survival could not. A ship that can't defend itself is a liability, no matter how many missiles it carries. The phased approach, first the ships, then the defenses, then more firepower, was smart and sustainable. Every peso spent had to count. This strategy sent a clear message. The Navy's mission is defense and deterrence, not aggression. Well-defended ships can patrol confidently, enforce laws, and deter threats. The upgrades support this mission directly. A strong defense is the foundation for future growth. The Navy's doctrine is clear: survive first, then fight. This is how a modern force is built. With CIWS and TAS installed, the Jose Rizal-class frigates were transformed. They became more than symbols. They became true shields for the nation. The crew's confidence soared. They could now face threats with real defenses. Adversaries now see a ship that can fight back, not just a tempting target. The calculus of deterrence has changed. The upgraded frigates are now dangerous opponents, not just high-value targets. This journey is about turning ambition into reality. The ships are now the hardened core of the fleet. Careful planning and investment made the difference. The symbol has become a shield, and that changes everything. The Jose Rizal-class upgrades mark a new era for the Philippine Navy. It's a story of steady, strategic progress. Survive first, then grow stronger. The lesson is clear. A ship is only as good as its ability to stay in the fight. Future upgrades will build on this foundation: more missiles, new ships, maybe even submarines. For Filipinos, seeing these frigates on patrol is a source of pride and security. The Navy is now a true guardian, not just a symbol. The journey isn't over, but the course is set. The Philippines is building a Navy that can truly defend its seas.